Hi guys, welcome to my first YouTube tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make some spooky textured atmospheres. So for that we'll be using Serum and plugins, a list of delays and reverbs, but if you don't use the ones that we have, then you can use any that you do have. Okay. So what we have here is just a project. It's at 150 BPM and we've got a kick and bass. That's just to give us some context. And what we're going to do is we're going to open a blank MIDI channel and set a little MIDI clip. So let's set our length like a bit long so that if the atmosphere has time to develop. Okay. And I believe the key here that we're working in is E. So we can just do that. And then let's just go down to a lower note. Okay. So let's open Serum. And we'll just start from the init patch. So what we're going to do first is we're not going to use the oscillator, we're going to use the noise. And from here I just want to set the filter on and direct this in here so that the noise can come through the filter. You don't have to put this off, but you can. And then I'm going to use, you can use any, I mean it's actually quite interesting to use a series of combs, flanges, but for this I'll just use a phase so we can really like not affect too much what we're doing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select one of the preset noises that comes here. So let's actually just use electricity, is quite a nice one I find, and I'll set the level up a little bit. Okay. So what we've got so far, if I just solo that. Okay, so you can hear it has a lot of potential, and especially with a lot of this you're going to do a lot of pitch modulation on it, and it's going to give it quite a nice effect. Okay. So things that you can put in the chain, for example, to make this more interesting is things like grain delays. For this we can try both Ableton's one as well as one that I really like that I've been using lately, and that is Silo. So let's just get Silo in the chain here as well. Cool. And then I'm just going to put a normal delay. Even an echo could be fine, but let's go with a delay. I'm going to set the timing like a bit longer, let's say. And then I'm going to use a reverb. I've actually heard really good things about the hybrid reverb that's in the new Ableton, so I'm going to use that instead of my preferred reverb, just so we stick with a bit more stock plugins. Okay, so we've got a little chain going here now. So what we can do is, if you just, sorry, excuse me. Okay, so what we want to kind of do is automate this to move, and you know, I actually have tried many ways of automating it, but I do find playing it by hand is kind of the best. So let's just do one sweep of doing that. Okay, cool. Now we've got some kind of automation on the pitch, and now we can play with, say, the grain delay, for example. Okay, so that's sounding pretty nice. You can actually now at this point, since you've got a little chain going, you can actually go now through some of the other noises. And remember that you can also drag custom noises into this, and we'll do that perhaps afterwards. So let's go with this one. Oopsie, took off my automation. I think that one's not so nice. We can do better than that. Let's actually go for a Foley sample. So let me just see here. What I have, toy dark. Oops, excuse my sample volume being really loud. But even things like this, if you just all you have to do is drag it in. And you can make some really interesting textured noises. It's the kids' toys. Paper rustling. Locking the zipper. Oops. So cool, as you can see, it's got a lot of potential and you can get really creative with it. One thing I do want to add and give you a tip is this little plugin here, Silo, which is basically a granulator into a spatializer into a reverb. And the spatializer is quite unique because what it does is it takes the grains and can move it around like the stereo field in quite a unique way. So I highly recommend this. I don't know if you guys have checked out the Celestial Textures channel. Great producers, really doing like I don't miss a video of theirs. So they've got some presets on their Silo kind of review. They give you like a free preset pack. And it's quite a difficult beast to tame, especially if you're not familiar with granular kind of effects and synthesis. So this really helps because you can get like, I mean, now we can use things in conjunction, right? So we've got some automation going on this noise pitch oscillator. Just make sure it's going. And as you can see, it can get really interesting. So yeah, I recommend you play around with some plugins, play around with granular. You know, your aim with Atmos, or in my opinion, sometimes is to, I really enjoy when you can stretch it, and by stretching it, and even when you record this, stretching it out, try and get some sort of artifact going inside the sound. And when that catches like a delay or reverb, you start to get some really like eerie creaks. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you learned something, and yeah, please subscribe to my channel. There will be many more coming your way. Thank you.